And loveliest enemies, welcome back.
And welcome to the beginning of MC Championship Season 3, with the official update video for MCC 29.
Now, when we sat down to discuss what should we do with MCC Season 3, there were all sorts of crazy ideas. Things like, let's add 5 more teams. We can call one Brown Beetles, and the other ones can be like different grey shades of goats. And then there was like, ooh, what if we completely ripped out the Decision Dome and switched it with a big death match in the center where the winner picks the game?
That sounds
And then
sick.
there was this one person who said, why don't we do MCC but not in Minecraft? Well, we since fired that person. Eventually, we came to the realization that MCC is pretty great as it is. Things just work. So we stopped discussing what to change and instead started talking about what we can improve on.
Oh, okay.
And that'll be the theme from here on. Us focusing on the things we can tweak, make it feel more polished, because MCC is loved by all. It has a great community and a format that we're pretty happy with, so let's not break it, but instead lean a lot more into it.
Now, MCC isn't just an event anymore. It's an expanding universe with a bunch of moving parts to it. Meaning, there'll be a lot of stuff to cover in this video, so sit back, relax, and let's get on with it. Starting with the rebrand, in case you missed it, Season 3 brought around a great opportunity to do a bit of a refresh on the MCC logo. So please say hello to our brand new MCC mascot. He's so cute! We announced that on Twitter back in January, and as scary as it was for us to change up the logo, it looks like it went down pretty well. So big yay for that.
That's 3 tweets.
Except for those who have formally sent in written letters stating that they will not be watching the event anymore because they were originally only in it for the chicken.
Me too.
The chicken is still well and alive, folks. Look.
In the same theme as the rebrand, we've decided on putting a lot of focus into improving the viewer experience of the event as a whole. So the biggest change you'll see in MCC this year is a massive overhaul of the on-screen overlays. Every single game has received a refresh, pulling a lot of info out from the busy scoreboard on the right-hand side and using the top of the screen to feed things like your alive teammates, your kills, who's finished, who's banked and who's tombed, what room you're currently in, and notably, Dodgeball has received an awesome overlay, really making it feel different to the other games. As, you know, it is the finale after all.
We've also created a really cool display that appears between all games to help viewers understand the flow of the event as a whole, where the event currently is at in the timeline, and where it is going.
That's cool, I guess.
On the subject of improved viewership experience, you'll notice that we're constantly plugging MCC.live in the scoreboard, as we think it really helps as a scorekeeping companion throughout MCC as an event. Well, MCC.live has received a new timeline update where you can now flick back through all the games that have occurred in the event and check the state of the scores at that time, letting you get proper nerdy as the event progresses. Additionally, you can now flick through all the past events too and see the score states that they ended in. Later on, we plan on bulking this out so that you can even flick through each game in the past events too. Amongst the scoreboard and MCC.live, you'll be seeing a few more banners and pointers in these places to better guide people in the awareness of MCC merch and MCC Island and make it all feel integrated. These areas of the MCC universe only succeed for everyone the more people know about them.
On the subject of merchy things, we've gone and obviously given the MC Championship winner coin an update to include the new logo. But we've also made a small change so that going forward, each coin will have an especially unique design on the back per season, which will cover the entirety of that side of the coin, instead of just the center.
Now, you must be looking at this thinking, okay, yeah, cool deal for the winners, I guess. But hold the phone, because starting with Season 3, we've decided to release an official MCC season coin to allow more people to support the show. We figured it was a cool way to own a physical memory of that MCC as a season and to say, I was there. These will be ready for shipping in a couple of months, but orders on these go live today and will be available until the end of the season. The store link to pick one up is in the description. We're going to release a unique coin every season, and similar to the winner coin, each will have the seasonal art on the back, along with its date on the front. If there's enough interest for coins for the previous seasons, we'll consider releasing a time-limited drop for those at some point too. One day, I'll be able to look at these coins with my kids and tell them how great of a year 2020 was.
Keeping on the subject of merch, we did a small drop just before the MCC break, which was pretty great. And more has been stocked since, including the mascot trinkets being split up and sold separately after receiving feedback on how people wanted to buy those. So you can check all of that out at mcc.store.
And we were listening to what other kind of merch people wanted to see, so expect some very exciting drops in the near future.
So back to talking about the event changes, we wanted to make sure the event felt a bit more about the players. So we've gone and slightly extended the introduction to the event and added team introductions. Every player will now be in a guided camera mode to view the introduction. And one by one, each team will be pulled out and given about 7 seconds or so of fame, forcing everyone to watch them introduce themselves in any way they choose. Well, at least this way, no matter whose stream you're watching, this will give you a great introduction of exactly everyone in the event and the teams they're on.
After Season 2's debut, we learnt that it's much better for the players when we release new map content across the season as opposed to all at once. So, to start Season 3 off, we're doing a light map drop for both TGTOS AWF and Sky Battle.
Sky Battle's new map is called Metro. Here you can expect to be fighting within a seedy urban train yard where you can either try to gain the high ground or risk some of these nerve-wracking early fights.
TGTOS AWF gets 2 new maps. The first is Skyscraper, a really bizarre downward traveling map where you can play some insanely risky drops if you think you're good enough. Then there's Spiral, a map that defies the norm and sports a unique spiraling upwards path. Things may or may not be as they seem, so look forward to this one.
That's exciting.
On top of this, every single game gets its own on-screen logo overlay that you'll see when joining the games. And they'll also get their smaller logos during the Decision Dome announcements. Helps really boost the character of all of the games.
Now, let's talk about MCC Island for a bit. We released MCC Island closed beta last year, and the response since has been amazing. Despite being in closed beta and with an incoming progression wipe, it still seems to have built quite a dedicated player base, and we've pushed out a bunch of updates and new maps since, including some maps that are entirely unique to MCC Island. It's not quite ready yet, but we're working very hard on being able to release MCC Island's open beta very soon, which will open its doors to the public, make progression permanent, and release with a bunch of new exciting features all at once. One of the most exciting things is that we'll be bringing Parkour Warrior onto MCC Island as its next game. As well as a soloable parkour mode, it will come with an entirely unique competitive take on Parkour Warrior as a multiplayer game mode too. And in case you missed it, we're accepting community submissions for Parkour Warrior obstacles through our MCC Island website. So if you're interested in submitting some obstacles to appear on MCC Island's Parkour Warrior, do visit the site linked in the description.
That just about covers everything that we wanted to bring up with the video. We'll be doing more stuff across the season to further improve both the player experience and the viewer experience of MCC. But for now, this year is looking to be quite exciting. And we're really excited to see what kind of stories unravel as the MCC's universe grows.
A huge thank you to all those who choose to support MCC, whether it's through MCC Island, the merch, the new season coin, or even just by watching and engaging. And thank you very much for tuning into this video.
Thank you, and get ready for MCC's return on Saturday the 18th of March at 8 PM GMT for MCC 29.
Okay.
Make sure to Google what time that is for you, because time zones and daylight savings are weird.
We'll see you there for the start of Season 3.
Okay.